Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dearest children, I love you so much. You know why? Because the way you listen to Seerah lectures and the way you prepare your questions and your quiz and you send them to your teachers, and your mothers are also very, very nice, mashallah. Lots of du'as and love for them as well. Barakallahu feekum. Let's say our dua first and then we are going to read our lesson. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين. My dear children, as you know that last time we learned that a mob of Quraysh tried to hurt the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he came to protect the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the mob left the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and started to beat Abu Bakr Siddiq so much so that they thought that he was dead. And when he gained his consciousness, he asked about the Prophet ﷺ. Like, he was not concerned about himself. He was worried about the Prophet ﷺ. That is how much he loved him. Now, what happened that Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu thought that these Quraysh were getting out of control and they were not thinking about the respect of others. So he intended to go to Abyssinia and take refuge over there and stay there. So he got his belongings and he started his journey. But on the way he met Malik bin Daghna, who was the leader of one tribe. And Malik bin Daghna said, "Where are you going?" And Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu said that I'm not going to stay in Makkah, I'm going to Abyssinia. He said, "A man like you cannot be expelled. You help the poor. You keep good ties with your family. You bear the burden of the helpless. You are so hospitable with your guests, and you comfort those who suffer in the path of truth. I pledge to protect you. Come along with me and stay in Makkah, and I'm going to give you protection, and you can worship your Lord." So Abu Bakr radhiyallahu ta'ala accepted his protection, and they both came back, and Ibn Daghna announced in Makkah that Abu Bakr Siddiq is in his protection. First, Quraysh did not accept it, but then they said that ask Abu Bakr not to recite Quran in public, and he needs to stay in his home and he can pray over there. You know why they said so? Because Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu was such a soft-hearted person that when he would recite Quran, he would cry so much, because when there were ayat of Jannah, he would ask for Jannah and he would cry to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when there were ayat of Jahannam, he would ask for protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he would cry. And the women and the children would stand around him. They were amazed and they were shocked, like, why this man is crying so much? And they would get impressed by him. So Quraysh didn't want that. So Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu agreed, and he made a place for his prayer in his front yard. And still he would recite the Quran and people would be able to listen to that. Ibn Daghna reminded him that I told you that you are not allowed to do that. Then Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu said that take your protection back. I am satisfied with the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's enough for me. So you see, it was so hard for the Muslims to recite Quran in front of other people, especially in front of Kaaba. Now, what do we learn from this part of the Seerah? Number one, which is really important, you see how Ibn Daghna appreciated Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu's character. These are the same words that Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha said about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So both of these friends were alike. As you know that you make friends with those people who are like you. So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's character was seen in the character of Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu as well, because they were very strong friends. Now, second thing is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala definitely helps you when you are steadfast on his path. Look how Ibn Daghna was there. He was a non-Muslim, but he protected Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, and that was from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he provided help through a non-Muslim. So be sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's help is going to come if you are steadfast on your religion. right? Okay. Till next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.